There's something almost magical about Edinburgh at Christmas. The cobbled streets glow under fairy lights, the air smells like cinnamon and mulled wine, and the whole city feels like it's stepped straight out of a storybook. But before you pack your scarf and gloves, here's exactly what to expect at Edinburgh's Christmas market. I'm Desi, and for almost the past 2 years, I've called Edinburgh home. Every winter, this city transforms into one of Europe's most spectacular Christmas destinations, often ranking amongst the best Christmas markets in the world. In 2025, it all runs from the 15th of November to the 4th of January, filling the city centre with lights, rides, food stalls, and festive cheer that stretches from East and West Princess Street Gardens to George Street and St Andrew's Square. But knowing where everything is and what's actually worth seeing can be a little overwhelming. So let's break it down. If you've seen any photo of Edinburgh at Christmas, chances are it's from here. East Princess Street Gardens is home to the traditional Christmas markets, the rows of wooden chalets where you'll find everything from handcrafted ornaments and wool scarves to steaming mugs of hot chocolate and mulled wine. It's open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. except on Christmas Day, and it's free to enter. You only have to pay for rides or activities. This is where you'll also find the Alaniar Big Wheel, offering panoramic views of the castle, the Scott Monument, and the glittering rooftops below. And if you're feeling brave, the Around the World Star Flyer is back, towering 80 metres over the market for the best and most terrifying view in the city. But it's not all about adrenaline. There are dozens of bars and food huts here too. Think bratwurst sizzling over open flames, cheesy sauce melting onto potatoes, and freshly fried churros dusted in sugar. And just when you think you've seen it all, the smell of mulled wine will pull you right back in. But the holiday cheer doesn't stop here, because just a few streets away, the celebrations take a completely different form. A short walk from Princess Street, George Street turns into a winter wonderland of its own. Here you'll find the ice rink, where locals, families, and fearless first-timers all take to the ice beneath twinkling lights and Georgian architecture. Whether you're skating hand in hand on a date or clinging to the barrier like Bambi on ice, it's honestly one of the most joyful parts of the season. Right next door, the Polar Ice Bar is returning with a new theme this year, the Frozen Castle. Everything inside, from the tables to your glass, is sculpted entirely from ice and kept at a frosty -8 degrees Celsius. But don't worry, they will give you a jacket and gloves on arrival. And here's the thing, even if you don't go inside, it's worth walking past George Street after dark. The whole area glows with light installations, outdoor bars, and live music. But there's one part of Edinburgh's Christmas celebrations that feel completely different, slower, softer, and perfect for families. This is where Santa's Stories takes place, an interactive experience where children can meet Santa's elves, listen to festive tales, and sip hot chocolate inside a cozy cabin. There's also a small fun fair here with rides for little ones and plenty of food stalls nearby. And the best part, it's still walking distance from the main markets, but it feels a world away when you need a breather from the crowds. And whether you're traveling with family or not, one thing everyone ends up doing next is eating. If you only go for one thing, please go for the food. From winter warmer bars serving hot toddies and spiced cider to indulgent desserts like Nutella crepes and toasted marshmallows, every corner smells like temptation. Most of the food is clustered around East Princess Street Gardens, with smaller sections on George Street and West Princess Street Gardens. And yes, alcohol is allowed, but only within the site. Everything's cashless, so do make sure to bring a card or your phone for contactless payment. But while the food might tempt you to spend big, there are a few smart ways to save money at Edinburgh's Christmas festival. The best news, you don't need a ticket to enter the markets themselves. It's completely free to walk around, but for attractions like the ice rink, Big Wheel, or Polar Ice Bar, it's worth booking online in advance to avoid queues. If you live in Edinburgh, don't forget the EH postcode discount, which gives locals a reduced rate on certain rides and events. Just make sure your billing address matches your postcode when booking. So now that you've got your tickets sorted, let's talk about how to actually get there without losing the Christmas spirit. Getting to the markets couldn't be easier. The closest train station is Edinburgh Waverley, just a 2-minute walk from East Princess Street Gardens. If you're coming by tram, stops at St Andrew's Square, Princess Street and the West End will all drop you within minutes of the main sites. For buses, Lothian buses cover almost every corner of the city, and if you're driving, expect traffic and limited parking. It's usually better to use a park and ride or leave the car further out and walk in. But even with great transport, timing your visit makes all the difference, especially if you want to actually move once you're inside. So when is the best time to visit? Weekdays, especially early evenings, are the sweet spot. You'll still catch the lights, but skip the shoulder-to-shoulder weekend crowds. If you're visiting on a weekend, try arriving before sunset to enjoy the atmosphere as the lights switch on. And for photographers, golden hour on the big wheel gives you that perfect mix of daylight and twinkle lights. It's stunning. Weather-wise, expect anything from crisp sunshine to sideways sleet, often within the same hour. Layer up, wear waterproof shoes, and maybe skip the umbrella. Wind and umbrellas don't mix well here in Scotland. But even with good timing, the market can get intense. So if you need a little breathing space or accessibility support, there are a few things worth knowing. All main sites, East Princess Street Gardens, George Street and St Andrew Square, are accessible with dedicated entrances and accessible toilets. Wheelchair users can also enjoy the big wheel, and there are relaxed and toddler sessions at the ice rink for quieter experiences. If you're traveling with children, note that there's no official buggy park, but Santa's Stories does allow prams outside the venue. And for anyone who finds crowds overwhelming, sensory backpacks are available at the information points. Because at the end of the day, Edinburgh's Christmas is about everyone feeling part of the celebration, and that's what makes it so special. Now that you know what to expect at Edinburgh's Christmas markets, you're going to need to know what else to do while you're here, because if you don't, you might miss some of Edinburgh's best festive experiences, which we'll tell you all about right here.